including that one. The Giants trailing now the 49ers. 2nd and 4 at the 18 for Tampa Bay, their own 18. And bursting up the middle is James Wilder, the upback. He's got the first down beyond the 25-yard line.
Anytime you start inside your 20-yard line, Dick, you're looking for what they call breathing room. It's really not breathing room. It's sighing room, a sigh of relief if you move the ball out. And in 2 plays, they've done a great job. And they really are sending maybe a little bit of a message to the Packers that we can get physical too up front. We can run the ball right down your throat.
Tim Harris and John Anderson on that play. 2 tight ends on first down at the 28 now. 10-10 the score. Bruce Hill, the lone wide receiver to the bottom. But they go right to Tate. Tate looking for the hole, fights up to the 35, and a gain of 7 good yards there. John Dorsey, inside linebacker, on the stop.
That's the type of running play that Tate will really excel at, because he has the natural instincts to make the proper cut and follow his blockers well. He's a youngster. He's still learning, but with that 4.4 speed, he's going to be very productive in this offense someday.
The Buccaneers have rushed 23 times for 89 yards in this game. More to their liking than a week ago. 2nd and 3 at the 35. Tate short of the first down. Burnell Dent, who has not been a starter. They've used Holland and Dorsey, but Dent has played very well as a backup. And forced to play in place of the injured Holland today, is out with a thigh injury, and it'll be 3rd and short.
Got to believe that the injuries up front to the Packer defensive line, with Sean Patterson out and Boyarsky out, that they're hurting a little bit. And now on 3rd down and short yardage, they have to bring in an offensive lineman, Tom Neville, to play defensive line for them.
Mark Cooper, who's normally a backup tackle, is used as a 3rd tight end here. He's number 71. 3rd down and 1 to 38. First down. Well, Lars Tate, who's fulfilling Ray Perkins' promise of playing more, has a first down for the Buccaneers. Mark Lee and Mark Murphy made the play.
Nice little misdirection that time with the backs in the I formation. Wilder came left and Tate went right, and really confused the Packer defense.
Neville comes out of the game. He was the lineman. Here it is.
There goes James Wilder, 32, to the left, and a big hole on the right side.
First down at the 43 of Tampa Bay with 4 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. James Wilder straight ahead. He carries 3 or 4 Packers with him and gets another first down as he barrels his way into Green Bay territory. A pickup of 11. Anderson, Dorsey, and Dent all brought Wilder down.
Players may claim not to notice the negative press or what people are saying about them, but they know what's going on. And James Wilder is got a lot of pride. He wants to prove that he still has the ability, and he's having a nice day so far.
62 yards on 12 carries. First down at the 46 of Green Bay. Still tied at 10. Waning moments of the 3rd quarter. Wilder runs into his own man, Gruber. So Gruber was pushed back, and Wilder couldn't get going. No gain on that play. It was Harris and Dorsey defending.
Quite a chess game going on with the coaching staffs. We talked earlier how to expect a blitz of some type after you've been successful running the ball 3 or 4 times. And Mark Murphy came on the safety blitz that time, and that's right exactly where the Bucs wanted to run the ball.
It's been a while since Wilder has hit the century mark. The 8th play of the drive coming right here. All have been running plays. 2nd and 10 at the 46. Testaverde as Carrier. First down, fumble. And the Green Bay Packers have recovered. Blaze Winter. First turnover of the game by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had a first down deep in Green Bay territory, and Carrier coughed it up. There's Blaze Winter.
This is a byproduct of 2 teams struggling. Now it's Tampa's turn. to cough the ball up after a receiver makes a nice play. Earlier, Green Bay's Sterling Sharp did exactly the same thing. Mark Lee did a great job of knocking that ball loose.
So Tampa Bay's drive goes by the board, and a former San Diego Charger, Blaze Winter, who was forced to start today at left tackle.
Hustling all the way down the field. He never knew that there'd be a fumble down there.
Packers have it 1st and 10 on the 23. Tied 10-10. Ken Davis. Penalty marker down, and Davis is down. Just short of the 30-yard line. Mark Robinson was first, and then Sidney Coleman followed. And another penalty. And that'll go against the Packers.
We basically had a pretty well-played first half, Dick. Not a whole lot of penalties, or a lot of penalties in crucial situations.
Holding, number 86 offense, still first down.
Tight end Ed West.
Now we're getting fumbles after nice plays by the receivers. Now we're getting a lot of penalties in crucial situations that are really hampering both offenses.
There you see Philip Epps as they're shuttling in wide receivers with the play for Randy Wright. Winding down to 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. We have had no scoring in this period. 10-10 the score. Now they're spotting the ball at the 17-yard line, or 18. Some confusion at the line, and Jerry Seaman wants to talk to one of his cohorts.
Not only do we have struggling ball clubs, we've got a struggling officials crew.
Well, best they get it right. Bill Reynolds, the head linesman. They just had to adjust the clock, it appears. First down and 15 at the 18 for Green Bay. To the 28-yard line. Short of a first down. They needed 15. Kevin Murphy on the stop. Less than a minute and a half remaining, third quarter. There's the Brain Trust over in the Green Bay sideline, and coming in with the play is Kenneth Davis. Why doesn't Foddy like to shuttle in the wideouts or receivers?
It creates a little bit of a question mark on his opponent's sideline as to what personnel the defense should have in the game.
So he'd rather do that than signal it in. 2nd and 5 at the 28. Wright flips it out to Caruth. And Caruth is stopped short of a first down. Reuben Davis and Eugene Marv. Marv was the first to get to him. There's the time remaining in the third quarter. That'll bring up 3rd and short for the Green Bay Packers, whose last 5 possessions have added up to 3 punts and 2 fumbles.
Not a whole lot of excitement here in the second half.
Not yet anyway, but Randy Wright this half has not thrown an incomplete pass. He has hit all 8. That's kind of gone unnoticed, hasn't it?
Well, I sure didn't notice it, Dick. Thank you for bringing it to my attention.
3rd down and 1 at the 32. Davis will have the first down. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter. Robinson and Jones makes the stop at the 37. That's the end of the third quarter.
It's been said that form should always follow function. But on rare occasions, the function is already so highly advanced that the form is free to pursue absolute beauty. Presenting the Mercedes-Benz 300 CE Coupe.
Millions of people get athlete's foot.
I had itching, burning athlete's foot until I used NP27 with an ingredient recommended by doctors.
Doctors recommend NP27's ingredient 2-to-1 over Mycotin or Desonex.
NP27, nothing's a better cure for athlete's foot.
Dexatrim's amazing. I lost weight without being hungry, and that never happened before.
Just one Dexatrim controls your appetite all day, and it's caffeine-free.
With Dexatrim, I wasn't hungry, I lost weight, and I feel great.
Now the whole country knows. We really took the wind out of their sails. The challenge is over, and we're America's champions.
Diet Pepsi is America's choice. In head-to-head taste tests, Diet Pepsi challenged and beat Diet Coke.
And by the way, we won the America's Cup too, with Diet Pepsi's support.
Dennis Conner and Diet Pepsi, America's champions.
We start the fourth quarter here at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Dick Stockton and Dan Fouts. Tampa Bay and Green Bay, 10-10 the score. We had no scoring in the third quarter. So far in this one, Tampa Bay has outrushed Green Bay 2-1. And Green Bay has had the passing advantage, 124 yards to 98.
Big play in that third quarter was the penalty against the Packers when they had picked up the first down on 4th and 1.
And the fumble hurt Tampa Bay when they had a first down. 1st and 10 at the 38. Green Bay in their own zone. Randy Wright finds Woodside out of the backfield. And he is wrestled down at the 42-yard line by Sidney Coleman, and flags fly. And now we have Moss and Rich Moran going at it. Two number 57s. And they were actually throwing punches, something you don't often see in a football fight.
And I got to believe they're both history for today. This was an all-out fight, and they're throwing punches into face masks. And there's no way you're going to win that fight.
Not a wise thing to do. So a key defensive player, Winston Moss, and Rich Moran, the left guard. We saw the two of them. We'll wait for Jerry Seaman to tell us how they're going to treat this one.
The thing I hate to see in this situation is that neither side will be penalized. There'll be offsetting penalties. Both guys will stay in the game. It's like nothing happened, but yet it was a very serious fight. Well, watch the end of this play now. It's very easy to tell. It's two guys with a number 57 on. There's Rich Moran. He's just hustling a little bit. Now Moss comes with a right hand that misses. You call this, Dick. I don't do fights.
Walter Stanley actually landed on Winston
Personal
Moss's
foul, unnecessary roughness, number 57, defense, personal foul, offense, offsetting dead ball fouls, second down.
Well, you just said it. No penalty on either side. They both stay in the game.
And I'm not sure I understand it. I haven't seen a fight go on like that with as many blows thrown in a long, long time. In fact, I can't remember ever seeing two guys carry on like that. Well, what does it take to get thrown out of a game?
Well, you were in it for 15 years, and so you saw enough, and we're involved in enough games. So it'll be 2nd and 6. So just make believe it never happened.
I will if you will.
Okay, it's a deal. At the 42. Ball at Caruth, and maybe a yard loss. Sean Lee, and another flag goes down immediately. And I think right now the officials more than anything want to establish control of this game. That'll be holding against Green Bay. Not that that was a call that would do that, but I'm sure that Jerry Seaman doesn't want to see things get out of hand. We've had a couple of close calls, and then the actual skirmish between both Moran and Moss.
Well, the referees are human too, and they feel pressure just as the ball players feel pressure. They feel the pressure to control the game. So after there's a little skirmish like we had between Moss and Moran, the referees are a little bit more on edge.
Number 60 offense, still second down.
And a little bit more aware of what's happening in the ball game.
Dave Croston, right tackle. That was the 15th penalty of the game. So the Packers are back to their own 33-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 15 early here in this fourth quarter. 10-10 the score. Randy Wright, time, still does, and wide open is Sterling Sharp. Penalty marker down, and Sharp gets deep into Tampa Bay territory and knocked out of bounds at the 27 by Harry Hamilton. But let's see if we have a clipping penalty here against the Packers. And it looks like they're going to bring it back. A 40-yard gain, open field to Sharp, and they're going to bring this one back.
Sharp pushed off is what he did. Great job by Wright, though, hanging in that pocket and finding him. But it's a rookie mistake in the secondary by Sterling Sharp.
No clip. It was a push off, but it did the same damage.
Pass interference, number 86 offense, still second down.
And it was Ed West, the tight end, and not Sharp on the push off.
Sorry, Sterling, and your family. But they got the old toolbox, Ed West. Again, it's a mistake, though. It's not a turnover, but it's a negative type of thing that's just been plaguing both teams throughout this second half.
And the penalties have come after big plays on both sides. Second down and 25 for the Packers on the 23-yard line. Caruth is the one back, 4 wide receivers. Randy Wright up the middle. He's got Perry Kemp. That's the way to do it. You don't have to get it all in one play. And Kemp with a 20-yard pickup to the 43. Futrell and Reynolds on the stop.
Kemp really has an advantage in this system. He, as you said earlier, Dick, he's played for Lindy Infante coach teams in Jacksonville with the Cleveland Browns, and last year he was with the replacement team there. So he has the knowledge. He did a nice job of finding the open area in the zone. The Bucs only rushed three men that time on Wright. He had the time, found the man.
Kemp had a good game last week against the Rams, too. Third down and 5 at the 43. Perfect this half, as you see. Wright's pass to Epps. He's got it, and he's 11 for 11. It was blown dead at the 46 of Tampa Bay, but it's good enough for the first down. Rod Jones on the stop. So Randy Wright, looking his sharpest, hits Kemp for 20, and then Epps for 11, and that's a first down.
This is why quarterbacks make a nice little salary. You got to be able to stand in that pocket and deliver the ball, and also relax a little bit and take that blow in the back. Great catch by Epps. We talked earlier about players having to make big plays to sustain drives, and that's what Phillip did there.
Packers with a first down on the Buccaneers 46, tied 10-10. A lot of time remaining, over 12 minutes. Right to the air. He's got another completion, this time to Stanley, and he has another first down as well. Futrell and Hamilton on the tackle. That's good for 12.
Wright has been hitting the back out of the backfield, Ken Davis, number 36, a lot on this play. But this is the option screen. He has the option to throw the ball down the field to the receiver, as he does in this situation. Nice read by the quarterback.
Randy Wright, you don't hear the boos now, obviously. He has clicked. He has been red hot. He is 11 for 11 here in this second half and has a first down on the Buccaneers 34. Ball at Caruth, giving ground, and takes a loss on the play. Sidney Coleman and Bobby Futrell. Coleman, who's, you mentioned, a rookie free agent out of Southern Mississippi, forced to play when Urban Randall went out. The best inside linebacker the Bucs have is really showing Ray Perkins an eyeful today.
The eyeful that I'm really enjoying, though, is watching Randy Wright and his hot hand in this second half. If I'm calling the plays, I'm not calling any running plays anymore. I'm going to ride this guy's arm until it drops. He's on.
Second and 11 at the 35. 10-10 the score. Wright will run. He's tripped up 3 yards shy of a first down by Ron Holmes. But he had the presence of mind to run, and he had Caruth in front of him.
Wright hit Brent Fullwood earlier in the game in a similar type of situation from a similar part of the field. He comes back into the pocket and has a lot of time to throw, and there's Caruth in front of him. He could have dumped the ball off to him, as he did earlier in the game when he threw it to Fullwood. I know that Caruth is going to be asking him, hey, why didn't you throw me the ball?
He's not far from the first down. Third and a long one at the 26. Ken Davis joins Caruth in the backfield. his carries, and he stopped short of the first down. He was hit hard at the 25, and I don't believe he made the sticks. Kevin Murphy came in and forced the play nicely. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, they went for it on 4th down the last time. I would expect to see him to go for it again.
You expect to see 4 wide receivers?
No, I think it's a little bit shorter distance, and oh my.
Well, they bring in Max Zendejas to try the field goal with 9:40 to go. Figure this one out.
I'm not sure I can, although it is the 4th quarter. They need 3 points. The wind is at Zendejas' back. He's already shown the big leg earlier in the game with a 50-yarder. That's got to be the thinking.
A 43-yard field goal attempt to try to break the tie. Bracken holds. There's the wind. There's the kick. Penalty marker down. And we'll have a delay of the game. They took too much time, and a delay of the game call against Green Bay.
Delay of game offense.
So they'll have to move back, and that would be a 48-yarder now. That makes things a little testy. Although, as you mentioned, Zendejas did click from 50, and the wind is really whipped up now.
Both these teams, it appears that they're trying to lose this ball game. They're getting all these great situations. They're converting them, but then they have a silly penalty like delay of game. Somebody's got to be watching that clock.
So this will be a 48-yard attempt. Max Zendejas blocked. The kick is blocked, and it goes into the end zone, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers hold, and we keep the tie, and we'll return to Lambeau Field in Green Bay after this word from your local station.
This is CBS. Look to the leader.
ESPN is your ticket to NFL Sunday night action when the best go head-to-head. As time runs out elsewhere, ESPN kicks off each Sunday night of the season with football's finest hour, NFL Primetime. The greatest plays from every game played that day. Then, Joe Theismann joins the team that won critical acclaim. NFL Sunday Night Football, live on ESPN.
Tom Newberry of the Los Angeles Rams on shopping at Scogan's.
If you think living in California is a treat, you may be right, except when it comes to grocery shopping. Now, I like meat, good quality beef. That's why I insist on buying all my steaks at Scogan's when I'm in town.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, bud. Scogan's is the cleanest, friendliest store I've ever shopped. I wish we had one in California. With service like this, I'd really have it made.
Thanks, Tom. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Scogan's IGA, from La Crosse to Galesville, maybe even California.
What's the difference between the Republican candidates for Senate? Steve King has signed a pledge not to raise taxes. Susan Engelleiter won't say no to higher taxes in the future. Steve King supports a one-year federal spending freeze. Susan Engelleiter disagrees. Steve King supports the death penalty for drug kingpins and convicted murderers. Susan Engelleiter is against it. What's the difference between the candidates? Steve King's the difference. All the difference Wisconsin and America need.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Allstate. For home, auto, and life insurance, you're in good hands with Allstate. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires. And by Subaru. We built our reputation by building a better car.
Back here at Lambeau Field, Eugene Marv blocked the field goal attempt by Max Zendejas. And the Packers had the ball for 8 minutes and 10 seconds and came away with nothing. And the Buccaneers have a first down on their 30, still tied at 10. James Wilder off the left side. Wilder picks up 9 yards. Murphy on the stop. Let's go back to the Green Bay decision to go for 3 there, Dan.
Well, earlier in the third quarter, they had a 4th and 2, and they decided to go for it with 4 wide receivers. They made the first down. It was called back because of a penalty. Very curious, though, on 4th and just 1 yard, even less than a yard, they felt that 3 points would be enough. That's what they wanted to do. They get the delay of game, then they get blocked. A lot of bad things happening.
2nd and 1 for the Buccaneers. Up the middle is Wilder, and he has the first down just shy of midfield. Murphy and Stills in the secondary making the stop. So with 8.5 minutes remaining, The Tampa Bay Buccaneers now can cook up a drive that they hope will give them the lead. They haven't had the lead today. They were trailing 10-0 before they tied it up in the second quarter. Steelers leading the Redskins 19-7. That would be a shocker. 19-17. Stand corrected. First down at the 49 for the Bucs. Wilder again. And he'll lose a yard on the play. Tim Harris, Mark Murphy. Looks like Gruber is having a bit of a tough time at left tackle against the Green Bay defense.
The success that Tampa Bay has had running the ball has always been, or at least today, has been along the right side behind Rob Taylor and Dan Turk.
Buccaneers have run the ball 30 times. They're the Redskins regaining the lead. They've rushed 30 times and passed 19. Ray Perkins likes that ratio. 2nd and 11 at the 48 of Tampa Bay. And Testaverde goes down in a great pass rush to safety blitz. Tiger Green on the play.
Tiger Green on the sack.
This is a great play by the Packers. Tiger Green comes in free. Vinny has got to get rid of this ball. He has to know going into the start of that play where his protection is, where is he most vulnerable. If they bring a safety on the blitz like that, he's got to throw the ball either away or to a wide receiver on a blitz adjustment. That's a huge loss there where they had good field position.
A loss of 14. 3rd down and 25, back to the 34-yard line. Testaverde. And loses the ball. It's a fumble, and the Packers may have it. They do. Tim Harris knocked it loose, and Mark Murphy makes the recovery for Green Bay.
We talked earlier about how Vinny has to just contain himself and play within himself and worry about his own job. Here he's trying to make a big play. He's trying to stay in the pocket and find somebody. Now he doesn't feel the man coming from behind stripping the ball, Tim Harris. He compounds one mistake with the sack, with another with a fumble.
And I don't want anyone driving my XT while I'm away. Do you understand?
The new Subaru XT6 has a powerful 6-cylinder engine, computerized full-time 4-wheel drive, and a design which makes it hard to resist.
Somebody drove my car. Who was it?
Up to $1,000 cash back from Subaru means a great deal on a great car.
A lot of beers have been trying to knock out Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Beers from Europe, beers from the night. Even beers with ugly dogs as mascots. Yet Pabst Blue Ribbon beer keeps coming back. And back and back. Why? Because for over 100 years, Pabst has been consistently brewed with only the finest hops and grades. It's what's inside that counts.
Hey, I like your new car. Thanks. It's got loads of power and really holds the road. You need all that performance? No, but it's nice to know it's there. You really have to take care of a car like this. A car like this is supposed to take care of you. That's why I bought Michelin's.
Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Golden opportunity for the Green Bay Packers here, and Randy Wright has had a tremendous half. He is 12 for 12. The record of completions in a row is 18 by Lynn Dickey for the Packers. 172 yards and a touchdown, although Tampa Bay has outrushed the Packers. 1st and 10, Green Bay on the Tampa Bay 41. 6:46 remaining in the 4th quarter. Wright finds Caruth out of the backfield. Second effort may net him a first down at the 31. Sidney Coleman the rookie linebacker, and Reuben Davis, the rookie defensive end for Tampa Bay. And it is another first. Let's see where they mark it. It'll be second and less than a yard. Don't you love those second and 1 for you?
Well, we talked earlier about how Bart Starr would always fake it and throw it deep. I wouldn't expect that to happen here, though. Field position's very important. The Packers have it now. They want to run some time off that clock.
Just under 6 minutes now. Caruth won't get it that time as the Buccaneers gang up, led by Reuben Davis and Sidney Coleman again. And it'll be third down and a little more than a yard left.
Both teams have had trouble in this area of the football field all day. It seems like they get to about the 30-yard line and everything just stops.
Clint Didier, who was acquired after the Washington Redskins let him go. There he is, number 80, has come in the game, and they had intended to use him on short yardage and goal line, and he comes in as the third tight end here.
This is curious. Now it's 3rd and 2, and now Randy Wright did not like the play call. He uses their second timeout.
So now the Packers have only one if it comes down to it, and they converse over on the sideline. So our first look at Clint Didier, who played so well for so many years for the Super Bowl people in the Washington Redskins. And we'll have a timeout now as they talk things over. We'll be back.
Hello. Business has sure picked up here at Lucky's Castaway Club since he started serving our new Bartles & James Premium Tropical Cooler. Ed selected 5 natural fruit flavors to give it a lively tropical taste. Lucky's has become the in place for trendy singles. Ed heard you could get hit on down here, but we haven't seen any fights, and everyone sure seems to like our new Bartles & James Tropical Cooler. Thanks for your support.
Leave it to the good hands, people.
Compassion. You can't teach it or place too great a value on it, but you could measure it down this very road on the morning of June 23rd. In the actions of Allstate Claims Adjuster Don Mulder, who at 5 a.m. drove 60 miles to a fire site, all just to shorten the distance between a man's loss and a man's recovery. People like Don Mulder, another reason.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
My folks just left.
Thank you.
When a man
The new Subaru Justy gets you anywhere you want to go, less expensively than any other four-wheel drive car.
Mr. Potts, you're home.
Of course. What brings you out on a night like this, James? Up to $1,000 cash back from Subaru means a great deal on a great car.
3-time defending champion Yvonne Lindell battles Swedish sensation Mats Wilander. It's the U.S. Open final on CBS Sports. Next.
Well, Dan, Clint Didier's moment of glory didn't last long. He came in and then came out.
I don't know if he'll qualify to have enough playing time to letter this year as a letterman.
3rd down and 2 at the 33. Two tight ends. Pitch to Ken Davis. Davis is stopped short again, and a marvelous play by, and I didn't mean this, by Eugene Marv, former Buffalo Bill, but that's the best way to describe a great defensive play by the Tampa Bay Bucks, and it's 4th down and 4. So here were the Packers, less than a yard from a first down, and they lose yardage on their next 2 plays, and here comes Max Zendejas to try the field goal.
The last time that Zendejas was out here, Eugene Marv blocked his field goal try. 52-yarder, looks like.
52-yard exactly. Zendejas made good on a 50-yarder. That was the first scoring of the game. Bracken will hold to try to give the Packers the lead. It's long enough, but no good off to the right. Zendejas misses for the second time in 3 attempts. So the Pack could not take advantage of that big turnover, and it's Tampa Bay ball.
Working to be the best they can be. Teammates, sponsored by the U.S. Army.
Championships are won up the middle, and never has there been a better example of that axiom than Redskins tackles Dave Butts and Darryl Grant. The Super Bowl champions pride themselves on their ability to stop the run, and tackles Butts and Grant are the cogs that keep that reputation intact. Whether ousting quarterbacks out of the pocket or clamping down on the run, Dave Butts and Darryl Grant bolster the Redskin defense and make it the best it can be.
Tell me, is he still upset?
Well, you know, Dad.
Never really understood why I joined. I mean, maybe you'll go straight to college. But I had to prove something to myself first.
The GI Bill and Army College Fund. If you qualify, you can get more than $25,000 for college and an edge on life.
You think Dad'll ever come around? Dad?
On our way back to the stadium, Brent Musburger here in New York with a reminder that coming up after the game, we're going to have live coverage of the U.S. Open men's singles final. Top seed Yvonne Lindell will be trying to become the first man to win 4 consecutive titles since Big Bill Tilden back in the roaring 20s. That's Yvonne there in the near court. Now standing in the big check machine's way once again is Mats Wilander, the second seed, who's already won this year's Australian and French Opens. It's a rematch of the 2 top seeds in men's tennis. We'll have it for you later today here on CBS. Right now, let's send you back to the game.
Story of missed opportunities for the Packers. They had the ball for over 8 minutes the last time, and Zendejas' field goal attempt was blocked. Here they had the ball on the Bucks 41, and Zendejas misses a 52-yarder. Let's see if Tampa Bay wants it, Dan.
Vinny's has got a little reprieve here.
Those are his numbers with 4:32 remaining in the fourth quarter, tied at 10. Testaverde's first pass is caught by Carrier right about the 40-yard line, gain of 6. David Brown on the stop. Clock continues to run.
This is the most difficult situation for a young quarterback to be in, trying to win the ball game at the end of the game, move his team down into field goal position. One thing that Vinny did on that play, he read the defense well at the line of scrimmage, changed the play with an audible, and hit the receiver on the quick out.
One thing Ray Perkins said, he can see things on the field that sometimes they don't see from upstairs. 2nd and 4 at the 40 of Tampa Bay. Here comes a safety blitz, but instead Wilder carries. He's close to first down yardage, although short maybe by a yard. Blaze Winter on the stop. Clock continues to run. The Bucks have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, but the Packers have only 1 left. Buccaneers trying to break a 9-game losing streak over a couple of seasons, and the Packers, amazingly enough, have dropped 11 of their last 12 here in the friendly confines of Lambeau Field. Not so friendly at times.
Hasn't been easy today for either side.
3rd down and 1 for Tampa Bay on their own 43. 3 tight ends, including Mark Cooper, and now the Bucks will use one of their timeouts. And not a bad place, really, at this stage of the game when you need a yard.
Well, the 45-second clock was running down, and Vinny, with that great vision we talked about, saw that clock and knew he didn't have enough time to get the play off.
Timeouts remaining. It was 10-0 Green Bay. The Packers looked like they might blow out the Buccaneers early. Zendejas with a 50-yarder and Fullwood with a great run on a 30-yard touchdown play with Randy Wright. And then in the second quarter, it turned all the way around. And the Bucks capitalizing on a Green Bay fumble scored. Lars Tate, the rookie, with his first score. And Donald Igwe-Bike with an impressive 53-yard field goal. And that's been the score, 10-10. We've had a lot of opportunities for both sides, mostly Green Bay in the second half, but nothing doing.
Too many costly mistakes in the form of penalties have cost Green Bay the opportunity to be ahead in this ball game at this time.
3rd and 1, play coming up. And Tom Neville, the offensive lineman, now in the Packer defensive line. Smith may not have made it. We may have a measurement as he needed to get to the 44, and it's close.
I think he got a favorable mark here, Dick.
And we are going to measure. Very key measurement coming up.
It really is, because the wind is against Tampa right now. If they have to punt, their punter's been a little shaky this whole year. And if this is not a first down, he'll be in the ball game.
Tom Neville, who's been forced into action with injuries to the Packer defensive line, including Boyarsky, who had a fractured arm and went out, made the tackle on the play. It is a first down for the Bucks with 2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
When you're developing a young quarterback, one of the last parts of a game you talk about with him is this part right now. This is the clutch offense time where you need to execute well. You've got to throw the ball, make the proper decisions, and Vinny is really going to be tested here.
At the 45 of Tampa Bay. Flip to Wilder. Wilder fights his way close to midfield. John Dorsey making the stop, and right now for an NFL Today report, let's find out what Brent Musburger has for us. Brent?
Well, Dick, we got a couple of updates. Here's how the Bears regained the lead on Indianapolis. 7.5 minutes to go in the game. Matsui pounded in a short time ago from 2 yards out, 17-13. And some breathing room for the Saints. They're up 28-21. There's the extra point. Good. 8:52 remaining. 29-21. Back to Dick.
All right, Brent, here's 2nd and 5, and the pass clearly deflected and incomplete, intended for Bruce Hill. It was Mark Murphy who got a piece of that ball. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Bucks with 2:03 on the clock, so they'll have a play before the 2-minute warning.
Almost every play is a crucial play. We always say with the cliches that it's a game of inches. Murphy stretched out as far as he could to deflect that ball away. This is a crucial play as well. 3rd and about 6.
And I would have to think that if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can do something here with such a young club, that would go a long way for them. 3 wideouts, 3rd and 5, just shy of midfield. Blitz on. Testaverde finds Smith, and he is close to the first down. Let's see where they mark it at the 45. But a great adjustment by Vinny Testaverde and a good catch by Jeff Smith. Burnell Dent on the play.
We talked about it being a good test for Testaverde. The Packers came with an all-out blitz that time. He went to the proper receiver. Jeff Smith made a nice catch, and then he rolled over and got the first down, really, literally on his back. Here's the blitz coming at Vinny, and he sees Smith wide open over the middle. He's on the ground. He rolls in the right direction.
You know what smooth is? You gotta stop and taste the high life. Smooth is the sensation of cracking open a cold Miller High Life. Smooth is the anticipation of that first mouthful hitting the back of your parched throat. Smooth is the feeling of a beer that goes down easy, never bitter. Stop and taste the High Life. Smooth is knowing how good that first Miller High Life tasted, and that it's time to enjoy another.
What a great evening.
I hope it's not over yet.
Look, I had to tell you, right now, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm a married woman.
That's okay. I'm a married man.
Happily married?
Very happily.
Oh, me too.
Well, happy anniversary.
Stephen, it's beautiful.
An anniversary ring of fine quality diamonds, the gift that says you'd marry her all over again.
Day after day, more people depend on Subaru wagons than any imported wagon in America. And with good reason. They're reliable and durable. In fact, if Subaru didn't make your life easier...
Honey, is dinner ready?
Who would?
Up to $1,000 cash back from Subaru means a great deal on a great car.
Here's our story. We've had our 2-minute warning. 1:57 officially remaining in the fourth quarter. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with 2 timeouts left, have a first down on the Green Bay 44. Tied up 10-10. Vinny Testaverde has it deflected and incomplete. Pass was intended for Bruce Hill, and it was Blaze Winter who got a hand on that.
See Blaze's uniform. He's introducing a new color to the Packer green and gold there. A little red blood. I hope it's not his own on his pant leg. He was dinged up a little bit earlier in the game, but I tell you what, he is a tough guy, and he's not going to take himself out of the lineup, especially with the way they're so short-handed right now.
Well, the Buccaneers have fumbled twice this half. That hurt them. Green Bay couldn't capitalize. They missed field goals after both fumbles. 2nd and 10. Testaverde with a flare to Hill. He's got it, and he remained in bounds for a first down at the 23. Lee covering on the play. That's an old Washington Redskin play at many other clubs, and a gain of 21.
What the referee is saying is that Mark Lee pushed him out of bounds. He had the catch. And he would have stayed in bounds if he had not been pushed out right there at the very end. Great concentration by Bruce Hill.
He had a big day last week. He hasn't caught many passes today, but that was a huge one. And with 1:48 to go, they're taking another look at that play.
Well, he definitely did not have both feet in bounds.
Question is whether Lee had pushed him out of bounds.
Exactly, and I guess the instant replay referee is looking at that play right now.
Dave Kamansky is the replay official, and Don Weiss, the executive director of the National Football League. And second in command, the Commissioner Pete Rozelle is here as the communicator. So this is going to evoke a response from the crowd one way or another. No, let's hear is Jerry Seaman.
After further review with instant replay, the play stands. First down.
It stands, and there's the reaction, and here's the other look.
I got to believe this is a good call. Definitely was pushed out at the very end. Nice throw by Testaverde.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. 1:48 to go. Testaverde will run it. 15 and knocked out of bounds. He has a first down inside the 10-yard line. David Brown ran him out of bounds. So Vinny Testaverde, who was looking for his first win as an NFL quarterback, picks up 15 huge yards.
Nothing more than a simple bootleg. Testaverde does a great job of avoiding Tim Harris along the outside, and now it's just him and Dave Brown. Then he's one of the stronger quarterbacks in the league. He had those big legs moving that time.
He's learning a lot on this drive and in this game. 1st and goal at the 7 for the Bucs. Trying to win it. Wilder to the 5 and fights his way just inside the 5-yard line as the clock runs. Keep in mind, Green Bay has only one timeout left. Nate Hill and Blaze Witter combined to make the stop, and if they need to go to Donald Igwe-Bike, he's waiting in the wings. Keep in mind, if he does try a kick and they don't score a touchdown, it would be into the wind.
Well, Vinny's going to take as much time off the clock right now. The Packers have just one timeout remaining. In order to stop the clock, they're going to run this one right down to the very end and let Igwe-Bike kick that winning field goal.
Nice goal.
Thanks.
11th play of the drive coming. 2nd and goal on the 5. Wilder leaps. Maybe a yard, that's all, and we have under a minute to go, and the clock continues to run. And Tampa Bay Buccaneers have yet to call one of their remaining timeouts, and now they do with 42 seconds to go. Is it Green Bay or Tampa Bay that time?
Green Bay called the timeout. And one of the problems is their sideline wanted that timeout about 5 or 6 seconds before they actually got the attention of the referees on the field to call that timeout. In fact, one of the players came off the sideline, Chuck Cecil, and ran out to the referee to make him call the timeout. Nobody was heads up enough on the Packer defense to look to the sideline to see if they should, in fact, call the timeout. So they lost about 4 or 5 seconds there. Who knows? They may come in handy later on.
Coming up next on CBS Sports, top-seeded Ivan Lendl goes for his 4th straight U.S. Open Tennis Championship when he faces the 2nd seed Mats Wilander. He has a lot at stake. He has won 2 Grand Slams in 3 tries. The only one he hasn't won is Wimbledon, and will try to make it 3 out of 4. So it's the U.S. Open men's final coming up next on CBS. Right now, Perkins talking to Testaverde. He has a 3rd and goal at the 4.
One of the things, each kicker has a preferred place on the field to kick the ball, whether it's a left hash mark or it's right in the middle or it's the right hash mark. Iggy has told Coach Perkins exactly where he wants the ball to be placed. Look for this running play to go to one side for that specific reason.
So you know that you feel there will not be a pass attempt here by Testaverde.
I guarantee you they're just telling the backs right now. Vinny is in the huddle. He's telling his guys, hang on to the ball. We're not going to worry about the touchdown. We're going to get the extra. We're going to get the field goal coming up soon.
3rd and goal at the 4. And Testaverde on a keeper is thrown for a loss. Tim Harris with a big play. Still, however, within field goal range of Igwe-Bike. The clock held at 39 right now.
Harris is on the far right of the screen, number 97. Fool me once, not twice. This is the second bootleg they've tried on this particular drive, and Harris stayed at home looking for Vinny to come outside. Very difficult to run a bootleg twice in one game and fool the same guy both times. Great play by Harris.
It was, and the clock continues to run. Here is his reaction. The clock is continuing to run here. We have 13 seconds to go. Harris talking up there.
He's telling him, hey, listen, fool me once, you're not going to get around me another time. The ball is on the left hash mark, and obviously the clock down now to 3 seconds, 1 play left.
Now the question here, why do you let it go down as far as 3 seconds on a situation like that, where a penalty against the offense may not let you get another play off, another kick?
Well, in this situation, Dick, it's 4th down. It really doesn't matter. This is going to be the last play of regulation. He makes the kick, the game's over. But in another situation, say it was 2nd or 3rd down, where they have another down to use, you wouldn't run the clock down to 3 seconds. Right. You might leave 8 or 9 seconds on clock, just in case what happens, like you say. Also, what could happen is a muffed snap from center, where Tampa Bay could still fall on the ball. They would still have the opportunity to line up again and kick it on a down like 2nd or 3rd. But all that is really doesn't matter, because it's 4th down, and Iggy is going to get a chance to win this ball game.
Well, this is it. Game hanging in the balance. Igwe-Bike has been successful on a 53-yard field goal. He missed a 58-yarder.
The other thing is that the Packers do not have any timeouts left, so they cannot ice Iggy any more than he's already been iced by his own team with the last timeout.
28-yard attempt. Criswell will hold. Dan Turk is the center. Here it is. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, on a field goal by Donald Igwe-Bike, have given Ray Perkins a victory, 13-10 over the Green Bay Packers. And if you don't think this game means much, just look at the Tampa Bay Bucks, who go on the road and win, and so the Packers lose again in Lambeau.
He's the first guy that knows it goes through. Now he says, how do I react? Are they going to kill me? Oh, he loves it.
So for the first time since 1956, the Green Bay Packers have dropped back-to-back home games to open the season. And the Tampa Bay Bucks finally get that 9-game albatross off their back. So the Buccaneers beat the Packers 13-10. And amazingly, their first lead of the ball game comes on the field goal to win it.
Real tip of the hat to Vinny Testaverde to lead his team in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game down for the winning points.
For Dan Fouts, Dick Stockton saying so long from Lambeau Field. The Buccaneers win, and you've been watching CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League.